Welcome to Extra Time. This week on round 13, I'm your host with Piri Weepu with the big man here. Welcome to see you back, Andy.
Great to be back, mate. Great to be back on the show.
You've been missing out on some.
With you.
Exactly, you've been missing out on some good games.
Outstanding code. And I'll tell you one thing, Piri. New Zealand teams this round stamped the authority on it, didn't it?
I know there was a derby match that happened, but I mean, for the teams, conferences, New Zealand conferences anyway, teams doing really well and, like you said, pushing their stake for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, how good. Chiefs have got a chance to get in there. They haven't been getting the results, but been doing a great job.
Blues are still in there though, aren't they? They're still in with a chance.
Oh, they're not far off it. I mean, if they get a couple of results go in their favour and still get some wins under their belt, there's still potential to have all five
so hang in there,
franchises.
Blues fans, because you've only played 11 games. All the rest of New Zealand teams have played 12, so they're still in with a big chance. But in talking about the Blues, we kicked off on Friday night at Eden Park against the Canes. Huge match. And mate, I'll tell you what, Dalton Papali'i was on fire, wasn't he?
Oh, I mean, if you watch it really well, and each individual, in terms of what they've done, he's done a great job. You know, sort of been sitting on the bench for quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, when he does get his opportunities, he makes the most of it.
That try down the sideline to bump off Jordie Barretts, that was pretty special.
Oh, it looked a little bit like me when I got bumped off and put on my bum from Robbie Fruit. But I mean, you know, the ability to beat the first defender and then still have the finish like a winger. You know, most wingers are sort of jumping, diving in the corners, one-handed and still making it look easy. He's actually done a great job to keep in and get the meat pie.
And that finish from Papali'i was probably reminiscent of some finishes that Ben Lamb has done for the Canes himself, and he had a great try as well, didn't he, for the Canes?
For sure. I mean, bit of individual brilliance. You know, with a turnover there from Nani, done a great job there. But I mean, he's got 4 defenders. None of them are, you know, easy defenders. They work really hard, but he's done really well to evade them and get the meat pie. You know,
and it's not
showing
just
form from last year.
That's what, 16 tries last year. He's up to 5. So
yeah, I guess he's probably trying to, you know, stake his claim for playoffs. He's been out injured with his calf, I think it is. Yeah. And he's just, you know, showing everyone exactly what.
That Canes back 3A. I mean, Lamb, you're still at Milner Scudder. You've got Chase Tete has played really well this year. Jordie Barretts, Hootson. It's quality, isn't it?
Jordie's doing really well at the back. I think he's actually cemented that spot really well. I mean, he was brought into the All Blacks for fullback, but you know, he's done really well. You know, when he does stay at the back, and I mean, he's a pretty solid defender too.
Quality, good under the high ball. Right, and now we're going to look at the Bulls against the Crusaders. So Bulls are top of the South African Conference, taking on the Crusaders. You know, you said in your picks the Crusaders are going to win, but I don't know. Did you think they're going to win in this kind of fashion?
Oh, nah, probably not. I mean, if you do beat teams like that, they've probably either had an off day or those boys were just on fire, and they were on fire. I mean, Mo'unga was able to beat the first defender, obviously with a lock, throwing the massive dummy. But I mean, being able to beat Pollard there. And then the ability to change the ball into the other hand so that he can put the fend on. And
there's a lot going on in that try, isn't there? Because it's the vision to see there's a lock there, there's the dummy, there's acceleration, there's the step. A lot happening, in that one moment.
Oh, there is. I mean, there's a lot of people that in that little area that he's got around him, on the outside of him, I should say. And you know, everyone's got to make sure they keep an eye on everyone. And if someone doesn't do their job, someone's going to end up in the through a hole and make the most of those opportunities. And how good is he playing?
So looking at first fights, Barretts, Mo'unga, they're your top 2 obviously. Who's number 1? Who knows? But number 3, and now we're going to look at that potential number 3, which is Josh Ioane for the Highlanders. Mate, he had a ripper again.
Oh, I think he's been improving, getting a bit more confidence under his belt, and you know, being able to lead his team really well. But I mean, in this try here, you know, he's got the nous to hold the ball up and keep an eye on where his support player is. And I mean, he could have carried that and scored himself, but unselfish, and gave that opportunity to one of his teammates, and then getting through a half break and then offloading to his team. I mean, we do need another number 3, or you know, a third half. First 5'8", and he's putting his hand up.
He's putting his hand up for sure. Particularly with the World Cup.
I mean, we could say, we don't need another one, but but I mean,
but an injury, and then
2011 we lost like 2 or 3.
That's it.
First 5'8", so
So
don't want to put the jinx on him, touch wood, touch wood.
But you know he could do a job.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now, mate, this is probably, we're leaving this for the end, probably one of the tries of the season. The Chiefs, great comeback against the Sharks, and this has really kept them in finals contention. But, mate, talk us through this try.
Oh, I guess, you know, they probably read that they were rushing up on the ball carrier and were able to run a short ball. But, I mean, not only that, the backing up, being able to take the restart, give the pass back up, and then obviously most halfbacks are always trying to catch up with everyone, and Brad's pretty quick, so done the job. And yeah, I mean, look, they were 15 minutes ago, they were down with about 12 points, and scored the first try, which, you know, gave them a sniff, and then right off the restart, they were able to capitalise on it.
Brad Weber have to be one of the fastest halfbacks in the country, eh? He's got some wheels, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Like you back in the day.
Oh, hell no. I probably would have been back halfway trying to chase the ball there. But no, he's definitely he's quick. He's able to you know, run for 80 minutes, and that's what you want out of a majority of your halfbacks that you've got running around at the moment. And you know, if you've got the luck or the opportunity to have another halfback that can change the game or the dynamic of the game, which is either speed it up a bit more or when teams start getting sort of tired, then you can bring your replacement in and change the dynamic of the game. But yeah, he's quick. He's putting his hand up to you know, be involved in that in the June test.
And a real leader in the Chiefs as well, which is, I guess he's a key part of their resurgence now.
Yeah, and how about his interview after the game? He was a bit buggered. He didn't know what to say, and it just goes to show. I mean, he mentioned that you know, at the start of the season, they probably wanted to finish like how they did for 80 minutes, and I guess that's just confidence. You know, being able to develop. I mean, work with what they've got. A lot of injuries, a lot of guys that are having to come in, guys getting rested as well. So they've done a great job to sort of get those boys back into the frame of mind to play rugby for 80 minutes, and whoever's out there doing the job, they do the job.
And it's working for them. And this week they're taking on the Blues in what's going to be an absolute huge match. And there's plenty of other big matches coming up this weekend. So see us back here next week, and we'll chat all about it again.